afternoon. I am Shakeema Clark,
My name is Lavern, Blair.
and we're going to be discussing development and expression of human sexuality. Okay, so the first thing is becoming a person. Becoming a person includes sexual identity. Sexual identity refers to the complex personal qualities, self-perceptions, attitudes, values, and likings that guides one's sexual behavior. So it's basically a person who thinks of themselves being sexually attracted, which leads to sexual orientation. This leads to the four key aspects of sexual identity, which is discussed throughout the presentation. The first one is sexual orientation. Sexual orientation is a person's sexual identity in reaction to the gender to which they are attracted, and the act of being hetero, homo, or bisexuals. As you all know, it contains straight and gay relationships. Other key concepts includes body image. Body image is basically what a person thinks of themselves. They picture themselves in their mind. Sexual values and ethics. This is comfortable, no guilt or shame, assertive respects, needs, looking for, communicative, express, and protect. Erotic preferences are arousing or satisfying desire. So this includes feelings and or thoughts of what you picture, hear, or see. For example, if you are listening to like slow baby making music or something like that, you are going to have that type of mood. Psychological influences. This includes hormones and sexual differentiation. So during pregnancy, levels of androgen cause differentiation of the genitals in the fetus. At puberty, hormones trigger maturation of sexual traits and organs. So this means that, like, say for instance, it is like men genital results that are stronger and faster because they develop maturity and sexual traits which they grows hair faster than females. Hormones and sexual behavior. This includes hormones levels that affect sexual drive in animals, in humans, in both men and women. Androgens affect sexual motivation. High levels of testosterone in women are also linked with higher rates of sexual activity. So, in which it's using a variety of different techniques, including, say for instance, SDI. SDI is sexual desire inventory. Psychological influences. This includes families, peers, and schools. So with families, parents who punish innocent sexual exploration can socialize children who associate guilt and shame with sex.
So basically, it's like if they get punished more, children are more likely more children are more likely to be like, if they get punished, they're more likely to get in more trouble and stuff, like go have sex more and everything.
So they are more experiencing because it's like the more they get punishment, the more they like go, like say like they can't go out and do anything, go out, be with their friends, so they go and sneak out and do it. So children benefit from having prostate and open conversations about sex with their parents. They have sex at a later age less often and have few partners.
And that because their parents, they be talking with their parents and stuff, and their parents tell them it's not all that and all that. They kind of be telling the real truth about it. If we talking with an older individual, yeah.
And so parents, they are more likely to tell you have safe sex. But if you're talking to a friend, it's different because they're like, oh yeah, go out and it's like they don't tell you the safe part about it. They'll tell you to go out and do it, but they won't tell you to have safe sex. Peers, primary source of information for teens regarding sex. However, it is a highly misleading source of information and often promote unhealthy sexual values.
Basically, teens are saying like, you can go to the teen and they'll tell you about sex and everything like it's great and all that, but they really kind of like lying to you about it. I mean, but
because it deals with okay, like say the sex is a cause, and then you catch something, it's effect. So you have to be careful because like protection is not always protected. So you have to be careful with that as well. Okay, so with schools, 90% of schools are offering sex education.
well, basically, it's saying that they only offer absentee classes. They don't tell teens not to have sex. They just tell them how, like, if you do, just be kind of protective about what could happen. They don't tell them how not to have it.
More about psychological influences is religion. Religion's teachings can dictate what is seen as sexual natural. Most teachings say don't have sex until marriage. That is not having sex until marriage. That is a religion. That is more like a religion. Media contains TV, films, books, magazines, and the internet are sources that contain a large volume of sexual material, which includes like X-rated movies or things in that nature. 25% of 10 to 17-year-olds have subject to unwanted pornography, so they are more likely to engage in porn activities and things like that.
Yeah, see at a younger age.
Yeah. Although some sources do provide valuable information on sexual topics. Gender differences. Men have more interest in sex. So like that means like men are more likely to form it than women will. Because they have high testosterone. So like their hormones are very higher than ours. Bond of sex and intimacy is more important to women. So women they are more like the love and affection type, and they like the cuddling type, and they will perform that more than men will because we are more emotional. Women are more emotional than men will be. Aggression is linked more to sexuality of men. So this means like men, they are more aggressive. And with that, I would say that most women like the aggression. Some women like men to be aggressive. So because it could like kind of, I want to say it could boost up their hormones with the aggressiveness. I don't know. Culture and situational factors shape women's sexuality.
Basically, that's saying like what's going on around them and stuff. Like they hearing words about a guy they might want to try to sleep with or whatever. And what's going on in their life, that determines them having sex.
Men take the lead while women act as gatekeepers.
Socialization. Basically, encourage males to experiment sex, initiate sex, and enjoy sex without emotional connection. Basically, a guy can go have sex and ain't got to have no connection to him, like emotional. they can care less for the girl. They after that. As long as they get that one goal and have sex with her. Then you got why girls view sex as a content of a loving relationship. Girls have sex as like them being in a committed relationship. In the other side, in the way the boy's mind is not the relationship.
Yeah, so basically, like, when women is having sex with a man, they'll say, okay, I had sex with him. Oh, well, he can't have sex with nobody else. That's my man. I keep him. But it's not really in that type of way. Having sex don't always have to be at you being in a relationship.
Yeah, they think of sex as being married or something. Sexual orientation. Origins suggest, sociology suggests homosexuality is caused by poor relationships with the same gender peers from childhood labels of homosexuality.
So this is basically like, okay, say, for instance, a young boy, he grows up without a father, and so like he's a opposite of
basically
a male because he grew up being around his mother all the time, or being around his sisters, or being, so he get the, so say like he grows up talking like them, dressing like them, or things like that.
Many gay men and women trace homosexuality learnings to early childhood, like what she was saying. If you grew up in a house full of girls, you might end up acting like a girl. I mean, the chances right there is kind of high. So, yeah. And if you a girl, you grew up in a house full of boys, you're going to act like a guy. Disclosing one's sexual orientation. Sexual identity development involves acknowledging, recognizing, and labeling one's sexual orientation. Basically, one's self-appearance. How they feel about themselves.
Yeah, so say if like a girl, she dressed like a boy, people gonna really think they're gonna say, oh yeah, she's gay, or you see a boy with tight pants on, oh he gay, So it's labeling someone.
And recent generations are becoming aware of and are revealing gay, lesbian, and bisexual identities early in life. Basically, it's like you start to see it more, and they start expressing it a lot more than hiding it. Like back then, most people hide it because they had seen it as like that, not right. But now it's like, hey, I'm gay. What else anybody can say? Adjustment. Being gay is not associated with psychopathology. Homosexuals are more likely to be exposed to sexual prejudice and discrimination, and are at a greater risk for anxiety, depression, substance abuse, and suicide attempts.
So basically, this is saying, like, say if a boy is in the closet and he do something to expose himself, but he's not meaning to be gay, because that's not what his character is to be, and he don't wants to be that. But say he's in class or something, and he's being bullied or stuff like that, that can cause him to have depression, or have
drugs,
doing self-murder, things like that.
Yeah. The reason for sex. People have sex to pleasure one's own sexual pleasure, to make them feel good about themselves, to pleasure their partner, or promote intimacy in the relationship. Expressing love for one's partner. So basically, that's the reason people have sex. They're like I say, basically to pleasure their partner, to make them feel good about themselves, like they accomplished something.
Like, it's reason for sex, it's common sense.
And then basically promote intimacy, like if you get married, that might be one. And then expressing love for a partner. So if you really love the person, you would have sex with them, all that.
Exactly.
And the reason they do have sex was to avoid relationship conflicts, avoid hurting a partner's feeling, preventing a partner's anger, or preventing a partner from losing interest. So that's the reason they have sex, just to avoid all these things that just was said. Communicating. In sex, people are often listening to talk about sex for the reason. They are afraid of appearing ignorant. They are concerned about their partner's response. They are conflicting attitudes about sex. And they have early negative and sexual experience. So people really don't talk much about it like they normally would, unless you talk to somebody young. Some young people run their mouth and tell you about it, but most older people, they just tell you the truth. But I mean, some people just, like in relationships nowadays, when they talking about sex with another person, they don't really say nothing about it.
Sexual expression. Sexual pleasures includes erosion zones there is areas of the body that are sexually sensitive or responsive. So it's kind of like a mind thing.
Yeah, and I mean, it also could be like touching a female or a boy in a certain way.
Yeah.
Like they
so it's like a hot spot, basically.
Yeah. What turns them on, basically. Types of sexual encounters. First one you got hooking up, which basically are two strangers are briefly acquainted and having a single sexual encounter. Basically, so like if you just meet somebody in the street and you just talk that one day, y'all done have sex and that's a hookup. And then you got friends with benefits. Basically, friends who have sex but are not romantically involved. So like someone that you see every day, you can be their friend as a female and boy wife. Y'all can be friends every day. And y'all not in a relationship, y'all just having sex.
Yeah, you just sex partners.
It's just to satisfy y'all both needs and stuff. And then you got infidelity, which is basically like you being married, but you having sex with somebody that's not with you in the marriage. And then you got open marriages, which people basically kind of call swingers or something, which couples exchange partners or have sex with a third party. Sex in homosexual relationship. There is a general decline in the frequency of sexual behavior over time. Early in the relationship, gay males engage in sex more frequently than other couples. Then you have lesbian couples have sex less often than other couples.
Today's society, increasing STDs in teens' pregnancies. Most infections occurs in people under the age of 25. And I say this because young people are people that's under the age of 25, they are more likely experiencing of having sex. And so like as they grow, they say as you grow, you are experiencing more, like say with females, they experience stuff like chlamydia, stuff like that, because as they say, men are of the carriers.
And like at a younger age, like you say, they don't practice abstinence. They don't do abstinence. They just go ahead and do it.
They just go out and do it.
It's the first chance they can get to it, so they gonna take it.
HIV infections are also increasing in young gay and bisexual men of color. Women are more likely to acquire an STD from any sexual encounter. Consequences: chronic pelvic pain and early cervical cancer.
Sexual dysfunction. Defined as impairments in sexual functioning that can cause subjective distress. Reason is physical factors are illness, medication, alcohol, and drugs. Psychological factors, excessive guilt, and anxiety. Interpersonal factors are unresolved relationship issues. Basically, it's stating like I got always an issue going on every day and stuff. That's interpersonal factors. And psychologically factors are, example is like excessive guilt is basically like you did something but you know you was wrong for it, but you just ain't admitted it to the other person, so it's just sitting on you a lot. And that just cause you not wanting to eat and stuff, so you holding something back that you really need to tell the other person. And then you got physical factors, or like having like a illness and not telling nobody, maybe like an STD or something, and not telling people that you just randomly
Like
talk
say like you have AIDS or something, but you just love having sex, so you're just gonna go out and do it because that's just something you so addicted to, even though you have that STD or AIDS or something, even and you know that you can carry that to someone else, but you just like, oh, I just want to do it, you know, because you're so addicted to it, you're not really thinking about what you got going on for yourself. You just going out spreading it to other people.
The treatment is sexual therapy, which involves the professional treatment of sexual dysfunction. And then the therapy may include medication or counseling on specific techniques from a qualified sex therapist. And that's all.
That's the end of it. Any questions?